This is the XGODY T95 Android TV box. Now the version I've got here is a quad-core Cortex CPU with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. So let's get it out of the box and let's have a look.
IPVanish is your simple solution for online privacy, giving you private connections, fast speeds and complete online freedom with a 30-day money-back guarantee. See the link in the description below.
So in the box you get the T95 box itself, a HDMI cable, a DC power supply which is rated 5 volts at 2 amps, a remote control and an instruction manual. So looking at the T95, the size is 100mm square with a depth of 20mm. It's got a pretty funky design on the top, and on the bottom are some vents for cooling as well as the usual product information stickers. Around the edges, the right hand side and the front both look empty, but the front is actually a small LCD screen, and that's going to show you the time and connection status. Opposite side to that on the back, there are from left to right a 3.5mm jack for AV out, a 100 meg Ethernet port, HDMI out and the DC power input jack. And then finally, looking at the left hand side, you've got 2 USB ports, but those are only USB 2 and a micro SD slot. So looking at some specs now, the T95 has a quad-core Cortex A53 CPU running at 1.5 GHz, a Mali G3 MP2 GPU, 4GB of RAM and 64GB of flash storage. Installed on here is Android version 10 and XGODY 18.1. It's got 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi built in, along with Bluetooth 5.0. It boasts a usable resolution of up to 6K. Yep, you don't often hear of it, but 6K at 30 frames a second. Now I can't really test that out as I don't have anything capable of displaying 6K, but I will be testing it at up to 4K. Obviously it can also run 1080p, and both of those at 1080p and 4K go up to 60Hz. Now it supports loads of different media types, which I'm not going to go into depth, but I'll flash them across the screen for you right now so you can pause and have a look at those. So that's the spec. What's it like to actually use? Well, on startup, the main menu is very sparse. This device is one where you won't find many unwanted apps clogging it up just when you first get it. You will need to add a lot of those yourself later on, with the exception of YouTube and Netflix, and also KD Play, which is in there as well, which is a version of XGODY. Other than that, it's pretty much completely empty. Now, one issue to note here is that the Netflix app, I'll just go into it, does not play nicely with the remote. Now, whatever I tried, I couldn't get it to scroll through the content, and I can't select using the remote there. It does have a mouse function, so I can use that to go into my user. So if I go into there, you can obviously get through to that, but then you cannot do anything with the remote after that. You can go into mouse mode and go through. And unless I only wanted to watch Deadpool or whatever's on the bottom there, I'm pretty much stumped. Now in the end, I used my Logitech K400 Plus keyboard and mousepad combo, and with a 2-finger swipe, I'm able to navigate through. So obviously not ideal, but if you get one of these keyboards or one of those little proper Android ones, that way you'll get the most out of the machine. Now that's because this app is not really meant for an Android TV box. The version of this app is for a touchscreen. Now to download more apps, you need to use either the Google Play Store or the Aptoide App Store, which is also available. Now the Aptoide store has got a lot more choice than the Google Play Store, but they're not all official apps for Android TV, like the Netflix one. So some will be hit and miss whether they work or not. So testing it out, I started with YouTube. Now starting off at 1080p, I've been really happy and a little bit surprised by the quality of the picture. Some of the older Android boxes I've tried in the past have really struggled even at 1080p. But this really does look great and it's silky smooth to boot. Now the biggest surprise to me was that watching in 4K was just as good. Absolutely fantastic. Such a beautifully clear and crisp picture. And again, really smooth. Not choppy at all, no signs of artifacting. Excellent really, and a big thumbs up from me for that. Streaming performance through Amazon Prime was much the same. Great picture, really smooth. Now Netflix was okay for the picture, was a little bit more pixelated than the other apps and it wasn't quite as smooth. But this is down again to the fact that it's running on a non-approved app. Now playing games was a little hit and miss. Some more simple games like Crossy Road ran really well and was okay with the remote. Then I tried downloading a game more suited to mobiles in Temple Run 2 and it just wouldn't work, full stop. So the other option for getting content on here is to use screen mirroring, and it has 1 or 2 apps built in for that. The best one being the built-in AirScreen, which is compatible with AirPlay, Google Cast, Miracast and DLNA. Now it's worked great so far with my Samsung S9 Plus with only a little lag. It's great for showing off your photos, videos and things like that from your phone. Anyway, I'll go into more detail on how to set this up from scratch and how to add more services like Amazon Prime Video and BBC iPlayer, and I'll also go through settings and stuff like that in an upcoming video. Now those can be a little long-winded, so I decided to split it out from this unboxing and review video, and I'll revisit that very soon. And I'll also be adding in how to add a VPN service from IPVanish. Now I'm going to be adding one of those for security purposes and also so I'll be able to watch extra content from all around the world. I'll leave links in the description below once they're online, but I'll also leave a link to IPVanish so you can check out their excellent service below as well. So overall, I think this is a great little TV box and it gives something like the Fire Stick a run for its money. The fact that it's open source and pretty much bare bones when you get it is a bonus in my eyes, as you can tailor it to exactly how you want it. The fact that some apps aren't 100% compatible with it, like the issues with Netflix, does let it down slightly, but the quality of it more than makes up for it. And I'd say that for about £35 in the UK and $47 in the US plus shipping, this is well worth the money. Just be prepared to do quite a bit of setting up when you get it. So I'll leave links to the XGODY T95 TV box in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. I want to say a huge thanks to XGODY for sending this in for review, and I also want to say thanks to my current Patreons. And I'll leave links to my Patreon account in the description too, where you can donate and join these lovely people in supporting the channel. On the subject of supporting the channel, why not pop along to our Teespring store to check out our cool merch like the t-shirt I'm wearing in this video. So don't forget to give this video a like if you liked it. Got loads more videos coming very soon, and the best way not to miss any of those is to subscribe below. It doesn't cost a thing, and if you click the bell notification icon, you'll be told every time I upload a new video. Speaking of new videos, why not watch one of our other videos on the left hand side of the screen right now. So, thanks for watching and I will see you later.